Hey everyone, it's time for Mindful Monday, and this is episode 5. As a refresher, last week's card was the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. Okay? And so if you want to learn more about that and hear what I had to say on that topic, just go back and watch last week's video. For this week, the card is something that is very true. It comes up a lot in my life, and so maybe it's something that will resonate with you as well. And honestly, I'm hoping that some of you guys have some feedback that you can give to me from your experience and what works when you deal with these situations. So the card for this week is: in anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. And so to me, this is really self-explanatory, right? I think we can all relate to this. When we get angry or something unexpected happens, and we don't like it, and it comes out of nowhere, and we're angry for a period of time. Typically, when that happens, at least from my experience, we tend to react. And when we react, it's not based on anything necessarily rational. It is, an immediate response to that situation. And 9 times out of 10, when this happens with me, it's not a positive reaction. Maybe 10 out of 10, right? When I just react and I don't think about it and I'm angry in that moment, it is something that doesn't end up well. And whether that's just yelling or I don't know what it may be, saying something negative to myself, to somebody else, it just usually isn't a good thing. So I 100% agree with this statement. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. What I struggle with is actually putting this into practice. And so I 100% agree with it. And this is where I would love to hear from any of you as to what techniques you use. I've heard of techniques, the stop sign technique, and I don't remember exactly what that process is, but that's one thing I learned in cognitive behavioral therapy. I also learned a technique called stop, challenge, choose, which I was using more for my eating habits. And so, when I am tempted by some sweets or something like that, it's the process of stopping and challenging your thoughts, asking yourself, do I really want this donut or ice cream, whatever it is, and then making a choice. Instead of just indulging without thinking, at least you're thinking it through, and you're making a choice, an intentional choice. And you can ask yourself, what choice would be in line with where I want my life to go and what I envision for my future. So you can use that. And in the community I'm in, it's Drive to Grow. We teach something called the 3 R's of recovery, and it's very similar. But we tie it back to what we call our drive, which is really, our personality type and communication style. And so with that, it's reassess, realign, re-engage. So we reassess how this offends our primary drive. We then realign with our secondary drive, and then we re-engage with the situation. Once we have once we're back to normal, we can think critically and make an informed decision, and a decision that won't hurt yourself or anyone or anything else, right? And so that's kind of the process. And if you want to learn more about that, or what drive is, you have no idea what I'm talking about, please reach out to me, and I'll be happy to fill you in. But again, for me, the struggle is, how do I respond instead of react? How do I put that pause? And so the question on the back of the card, which is a great first step to figuring this out, the question is, what is a clear indicator that I am triggered and need to cool off before I speak or act? And so if you can learn what your triggers are, and this takes time. This isn't going to just happen overnight, right? But you can learn what your triggers are, really start paying attention to that, and you can, over time, start to recognize that right away and a lot quicker And when you recognize it, then it's just getting in the habit of putting that pause between, okay, I'm angry, or I'm anxious, or I'm sad, or I'm upset, or I'm about to, make, or I really want that cupcake, right? Whatever it is. And you can put a pause from indulging and reacting, think about it, and then make an informed response, right? And so that's pretty much it for today. Would love to hear if this resonates with you. Any examples, feel free to give. Anything that's helped you in your life and you've been successful implementing certain strategies. I know for me, like a lot of it is just breathing techniques. A lot of things kind of play into each other. The more I do breathing exercises, the more I meditate, the more I talk positively to myself, the more I pay attention to my emotions, my reactions, and these triggering indicators, the more I can control those situations. That's what's been helping me, but it's a work in progress, and by all means, I am still working on this, and that's why I'm asking for suggestions. So just put your comments in below, and let's have a conversation about it. All right. Hope you're having a great start to your week. And if you caught the Packer game yesterday, that was an awesome game. I'm recording this Sunday. Kind of cheating, but I'm at a conference this week, so I wanted to do this early so I could make sure I get it out there on Monday. But yeah, if you saw a game, it was a great game, and hope you had fun watching it. It was a nail biter right to the end. So, all right, have a great week, everyone.